fact that there is a lot of options and flexibility here. Again, I think all made easier because of the size and lightweight. Another of the great page 1 flexibilities is the just shine it on a white wall approach, which is how I started to contrast rays quite a lot to get as much brightness out of the image as possible, especially for HDR content. And the page 1 did a good job of retaining highlight details, which is one of the major shortcomings of most projectors. It wasn't perfect here, but again, I was impressed. And colours seemed pretty good to me after some tinkering, but I did notice some of the more extreme colours and some content I watched looked a little garish, where I think the content is very wide colour gamut and the page 1 wasn't quite able to reproduce it. But for the majority of content the colours were good, and because the contrast is good they had a nice and pleasing saturation to them. I also found something interesting. Using the built-in streamer to play YouTube content, I could only select 1080p, which is the native resolution of the page 1. However, when using an Apple TV 4K box, I could select a 4K resolution in YouTube, which is the native resolution of my content, for example. And even though the page 1 is still only 1080p, I think YouTube always looks better when you have the content in its native format. So that is another advantage of using an external Apple TV box, and it seems like the page 1 can happily accept a 4K signal, which gives it even greater flexibility. And overall, I would say that the page